ase nyumba ya Uhuru Complex imiyo muchuigo busongo eyuera angene duka ya Safaricom. Mwigo ngotuka bari ase nyumba ya JM Towers eyuere angene bengi ya Credit Bank. Asamange bakere simgwetera ase namba chabo 0111161500. Uhuru Superstores, the people's choice, guaranteed lowest prices. Karibu nyumbani.
Zuku, home of quality entertainment with reliable internet and affordable satellite TV across the country. For $29.99, get your satellite TV dish and decoder with strong signal. Enjoy crystal clear channels, kids shows, sports, local dramas, Nollywood, Nat Geo, and more for $4.50 per month.
Charagire Chinsa Ikomi chirit kerigari ya Jumatatu tariki 3 mwezi wa 11 mwaka wa 2025 Ekeonga Chinsa Ikomi asinchira yobwingi. Abamenyi banyancho kutoka kaunti ya Kisii nigo babokana umwichano monene ritukura rero emaiga yo mubere b'umusao yomo kutoka mbarabari n'oroche rwa nyancha ase emambya yerituko rero. Abamenyi abo nigo besokirine kugikirege korekyo asbaboliro borendi obotingo kobekwa asense meyo naboigo koboria obotuki bakorwe eri kumanya bene ikirete umusao yo kobekwa asayo musayo nigo umubiri wa yorusiku wabo nakoirwa gwikira senkendo nebatamanyiri asaro.
Pole tushafika. Jasa Malieta Ambassador Stephen Nunga ngorandi ya Tarachambili. Tuanyo na kumirie karona weta na nyora abantu bagendete kukwana umuntu na umwana naro itira bono twachire bocha gutwalige twarore umwana ya mayena baitire lakini taramanyikana byase asarwete
kenani omwando igonkoriye kirokyo bujumbe kuruboge tutu chache south se litukoria rere tuabokire mambia toko nyoro moichanonga omuntu naro itire akaruturoche gaiga angena nyanchwa gaiga angena elimu center rocha SMT igo ekoro kinga kumekuwa na kudorora kwa usalama yerani rense SNCM yiga ya nyanchwa na monobo songo yaitoga otogo chikoboria omo county commissioner na county commander okisi county banyare kurigeria mangana ya usalama ekera abantu bauchaka goitwa igana korutuchindoche eyu ekoro kinga usalama ya sarekire
onyamangana abere kabireye nenda abantu batokire bakora ayare kabireye usiba wita abandi bosa etaiko manyikana ngangi bakumuboli netakeire manyikane nende security bekwe ligerende agende kolenda eranga ya abantu anga bakurwera
ntore no moichano monene nande ntogochigwancha abantu bamanye no bwoba gotoko boria serikali gichukue hatua na kufanya uchunguzi ili tonyare kumanyanga aba bakorete getendeke mbarabi noyo itire norori nande ekirenga nkirikia goiterwa
Ndipo nasanya nagende tokoriganira roboti ruro chikogochira senchira ere yobo ikerano chikoraga ibire na boigo inyichi wotuko bwarero Togo skabosio ase orobotio nene goseng'anene ne yeritsikirigeria rero nigo amatemo manene ya ekirasi gia 12 gose KCSE achaka bene imeye ense ya Kenya. Mawaziri w'echisemi Mosike Julius Migosi Ogamba nigo ara morobere bwokoigora ekonteine ya matemu ase kwa ekaunti ya Kwale. Okoni mambia rero Migosi nigateba mwako yega nigo aborokio gwetani chiribu chimikiana na 90 gose 990,000 baikaransa okora amatemu abo ase boigakwanira oburindi buri babekire erio korenekia buna amatemu ayo tari gosare kostari kuibo.
When the main heavy theory exams for KCSE starts, for the last 2 weeks, we've been undertaking the examination across the country for both KPSEA and KJSEA, and also KCS practicals, which have gone smoothly without any instances. KPSEA was completed on Thursday, 30th of October, and KJSEA is being completed today as we start KCSE, which will run up to 21st of November this year. We anticipate that KPSEA and KJSEA's results will be released in December, and KCSE results will be released in January. Ladies and gentlemen, we have had the largest number this year of students undertaking these examinations, a total of over 3.4 million of them. 2.4 being KJSEA and KPSEA, and around 996,078 being KCSE. So KCSE begins today. It will run up to 21st as I've indicated. And as a ministry through NEC, we put in place measures to ensure that there is a smooth administration of this cycle of exams. Our teams, field officers, center managers, supervisors, invigilators, and everybody else that we are working with, including teams from the national government, through the Ministry of Interior, teams from ICT, teams from the Teacher Service Commission, are all working together using the multi-agency approach to ensure that all these examinations are undertaken in a commendable and clean manner. Because we are discouraging, as always, we are discouraging anyone engaging in any sort of malpractice or irregularity during this examination period. NEC, through the ministry,
Chinga kiechi echio mawaziri Migosi niga kwanera borindi chinga kiechi cha matemu asateba kira mwora kiwa nigo araiweri sakarari yaye riwate bicha yaye na boigo amarietaye onsi. Migosi na irabuna undetayo oranchire goso asa chiskuru asa matemu ago korekana chinga kiechi kabwate simi gose kamera buninchira yamo yogokora oboibi gose ogosarigwa kwa matemu. Ndibose oranyore asa chiskuru nebintebyo nigo arachikemukire for
instance, all the papers, all the scripts are individualized. They have the student's name, they have the student's photo, and they have the student's code, including their number. But what is most important is that we have two portions to the script. The first portion that has the details of the student. Once the student has put in their details, it is then perforated, it's plaqued and packed in a separate container, and the main script only has a code. So that as at the time the examiners will be marking, they will not know whose script they are marking, or from where that script comes from, or from which school, or from which region. What that anonymization does is to ensure that there is no bias during the marking, so that the results then become 100% credible as the proper result of that particular student. That's one feature that is so special this time, that ensures that no student is unfairly discriminated during the marking. Ladies and gentlemen, further, we have ensured that when you are going into the exam room, or the center where the exams are being undertaken, the center manager has been advised on who is actually allowed to get into that space. So it's not everybody who would go into the school where examination is taking place. And because of this individualization, we have indicated that nobody should enter those spaces with a phone or any recording instrument. And if that were to happen, then it is easier to identify who the culprit is. What this does,
Nekera chinsemo meyensi ya Kenya chingendrete konyora embura enyinge migosini ga kwanera omuchando bo kwanyuka kwiriroba miye bunge ya Marakwet East kutoka county area ya erige ya Marakwet obotuko bugo kera ritkoria Jumamosi asanga abantu 30 basiriti amagima habo nenibo enyinge gosira migosini gateba morkwo yomo orugo chaka matemwa ya ritkoria rero nigatigiro achinko machintindi asokoboko kwaye gwokobe na noari enyagitari ni wizara ya robeire enchirara anyore amasakaraje ya matemwa anyare wakora matemwa ye asa Chinsa mochira embura egendrete gotwa enyinge una county ya Trans Nzoia serikali ose wizara y'oburindi boime kubatarana ni wizara itsemi nigo yabekire umurobere kwaneke buna matemwa yo kwikirare aborokiwa Chinsa chiria chiganeri ninchira yemo kwaneke ondetayo oramisi amatemwa ye.
On Saturday 1st in Marakwet East, there was a landslide rising out of the heavy rains, an unfortunate incident where we lost lives. We keep condoling with the families and praying that those who are injured will have a quick recovery. In that incident, we had one student who was hurt. She was hurt on the left hand. She's at MTRH, and arrangements have been made for her paper to be taken to the hospital so that she can do paper from that place. Also, we made logistical arrangements to ensure that exam papers reach the schools that have been affected, and we have put in place a number of choppers who are on standby in Eldred and that are delivering those exam papers this morning, including other areas like Trans Nzoia where it rained heavily yesterday. So that process is being done. Logistics have been put in place to ensure that at least each and every school gets the material so that they undertake the examinations without any challenges. Our intention, our plan, our strategy is to ensure that no child, no learner, this 996,078 misses doing the examinations during this time. So we put logistics in place as a government to ensure that each and every one of them at least does their exams. Here in Kwale, fortunately the weather is good. We do not anticipate any logistical problems. We've just opened the container here and distributed all the materials to the schools. The security teams are here ready to go to the schools and distribute, and we're going to go to Kwale High School here just to see the start of the first paper this morning.
Togendrete kurigiringani ya matemwa manini ikrasi grade gya kianda kejisea nigo Ikomi ritkoria rero na kurwase county ya Nyamira nigo mo director kwitsemi county yo asirita Joshua Kaga aine kiabona matemu agejisea nigo akorwa asenchira ingiye botutukana bonde bwonsi botayo korenda aborkiwa babere nigo bakorera matemu abo bari asi enyagitari kokwana imambia rero chingaki chokogoro we container ya matemwa yekirasi gikomira kabere gose KCSE ase sub county ya Nyamira South omo county commissioner we Borogongoruo Erasta Simbui nigabolri abalimu abanene which school state secondary bainekeri aborokiwa mazingira maya chingaki chigabakora amatemu amanene a KCSE chingaki chicho nigo bainekeri oborendi aborokiwa bonsi asekera egetuo kerachi korendo n'abanyanyimbo babiri.
Nasema tu ni shule zote zinafanya mtihani kwa siku ya leo. Kwa ufupi ni kwamba tuko na candidates 21,611 wakiwemo wasichana 10,832 na pia wale vijana wa kiume ni 10,779. Vituo ni 195 ikiwemo 4 vya kibinafsi na 191 ambavyo ni vya umma. Vituo tuko na askari wawili ambao wanachunga hiyo mitihani, na hivyo ni kwamba tuko na askari kama 290 ambao wamewekwa kwa hizi vituo kwa minajili ya kuchunga hii mitihani.
Hapa Nyamira last week kama hiyo ya KJSEA tulikuwa na cases mbili. Moja ilikuwa Nyamira North, mtoto akafanyia mtihani kwa hospitali huko Nyamira North, na ingine tukawa na mtoto wa Masaba North akawa amekuwa kwa hospitali na ile yuko Dagoretti, na tumeweza kupanga na kufanyia mtihani huko Dagoretti. Tulishikana na ofisa zetu wa elimu Dagoretti tukampatia mtihani. Otherwise for now ni hiyo cases mbili tu ambazo zimefanyika za KJSEA,
lakini kuna moja ilikuwa imefanyika kwa Sironga Girls ambapo wasichana wawili walikuwa wanatoweka, lakini hatimaye wamepatikana, wameregeshwa na wanaendelea na mitihani yao kama kawaida.
Waziri w'ekisemi migosi ogamba ntigakwanire mugiro w'abakora emirimo Kisii University gose lecturers okwana imambia rero kana ariko igore container ya matemo imiye container ya Kwale migosi ntigakwanira ekirirete lecturer kogenda omugiro asateba bachiye kumirana n'aba obisakurwa ebyombe bire insi ya waso eriyo gukora chinkwana igoro y'omugiro oyo nabarore enchera omugiro oyo oraike omugiro oyo abebeire gukora Maria masomo Kisii University ora Ikomi.
Mnajua vizuri kwamba the university crisis started in September, and the university crisis had 3 issues. One of the issues was on the CBA of 21-25, whose amount of 2.73 billion, which fell in the financial year 25-26 and was supposed to be paid in July, had not been paid as at the time the notice of strike was issued in September. The second issue they had was on a CBA of 2017-2021. The CBA of 2017-2021 was a CBA of 16.8 billion. 8.8 billion had been paid, but SRC then indicated that there was a balance of 624 when the unions indicated that there was a balance of 7.9 billion. But tomorrow we are in Parliament with them, so we'll be meeting there with Parliament, officers from the Ministry, officers from Treasury, officers from the unions, and we'll brainstorm together and see whether we can come to an agreement tomorrow. In the meantime, the 12 universities that are completely not teaching, some of the senates have made a decision to close, including JKUAT, which closed yesterday, and others are meeting to assess the situation of the students because they've not been in class for almost 50 days to make a decision on whether to close or not. But as a government, we are doing something to resolve that challenge, because it's a challenge that is life, but it's a challenge that is on our table through past non-decision making, and which is what we do not want to do now. So for this particular government, we want to resolve that issue so that in future we don't have lecturers going on strike every other time. So that's really the challenge that we have, but we are working towards resolving, and I want to encourage the unions to continue.
Ciao to Krista kai komne sana ibere kure Chinsa Ikomi chabo no morogova ara yo kure Ekeonga Chinsa Ikomi asenchira yo bwenge toro borigere borobia tumira ne dit kore anje.
Eduka yo bomo ya Uhuru Superstores Limited nero eduka cholide ili kubwatuka chirangi cha Crown Paints eyure e company nambe yemo eyo korose chirangi meyenseyiga ya Kenya. Crown Paints nigo emanyira sokoro isya ebintu biriya bikomanya seyeka ngo kwanira chirangi echo boyiko chire chechi brand ao echo chire chingi ya kerage chirangi chiga nigo chire chibirengo ao punabondo mbabwate chirangi cyo gwakwa imeye nyumba iziko ye nyumba chire chikomentre nigwa amavuta yani oil ya bwigo chiriya chia mache inyoranga chirangi chiga nigo chire korwase chire chiri guririke iriya gatigati wekarigori lyabantabati bwigo imeya Uhuru Superstores nero eduka yuka iyo bwate emixer iyo gwochoganya chirangi wikabunuragani gwochoganire erangi yiga aseduke yiga ya Uhuru Superstores nabo kwegena muna ekale aho watagete nigo kwayanyora bwikirano tutarire rero elibwe nyorere abamanyi aboigo enekenga enyumba yao use asomanyete use chire chibiasara nchibwa tokorelekana okuya na ayonsi nigo araikirane ekero utumikite chirangi cha Crown Paints eduke yiga ya Uhuru Superstores yego tokase enyumba ya Uhuru Complex imeyumucho yigo musongo eywerangene duka ya Safaricom mwigo ngotuka bari ase nyumba ya JM Towers eyure angene bengi ya Credit Bank asamange bakere simgwetera seti namba chabo 0111161500 Uhuru Superstores, the people's choice, guaranteed lowest prices. Karibu nyumbani.
Welcome to Timiza School, where excellence is